We are bringing in retired Air Force Special Operations Commander Major Glenn Ignazio. It is always good to see you. Thank you so much for making the time tonight.
Great to be with you, Natasha. Thank you.
Let's start with the American troops who will be deployed to Israel along with this advanced missile defense system. What will the THAAD system allow Israel to do that it cannot do currently? And do you agree with the decision to put U.S. troops on the ground in Israel?
Yeah, it's a tough one. So for everybody else, THAAD means Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System, and it's designed to intercept big missiles both right on the edge of the atmosphere and actually outside the atmosphere. They have a significant range up to 200 miles, so that'll increase the capability to hit these ballistic missiles far out so that if they do fall, they do not create or cause any damage. All these upper echelon types of systems, like you hear David Sling or even the Iron Dome, hit a lot of the rockets and missile systems that are coming in. The difficulty, and as we've just seen in the last day or two, is a swarm of drones, which are the lower altitude, much more simpler. Those are actually the harder ones to defend. But you're absolutely right. American troops, about 96 it takes to operate these systems, will have to be on the ground because they're extremely complex to operate, and the U.S. is the only one that operates them right now in that area.
Will those U.S. troops be directly in harm's way? Are they at risk?
Absolutely. Really, anybody that's in Israel is in harm's way. As you see the reach of these rockets, both ballistic and the launches from Hezbollah and still trickling from Hamas, hit just everywhere, the civilian sites, including the military sites. So yes, everybody is going to be at threat. And one of the things that would be happening is because it is such an impressive defensive system, that this is also a target for anybody to want to hit that is an adversary. So yes, they are indefinitely in danger. And that would be definitely something that would escalate things if those troops were injured and or killed.
Okay. I do appreciate that context. Let's talk about the new reports showing that Hamas had wanted an even deadlier attack on Israel. Much like September 11th toppling a skyscraper, they waited a year ultimately to attack. What do you make of this new information?
Yeah, this information was gathered from some of the intelligence that was gathered with that they found in the tunnels, some of these computers that they were able to get. So yeah, by waiting a year and trying to get the Iranians and Hezbollah, honestly, that would have made it bigger. And fortunately, it wasn't. So even as bad as it is, I won't downplay it at all. It's an absolute massacre. It could have been much more significant, but it wasn't. So yes, this would have been completely throughout the entire country. And again, their intent at this time wasn't just that massacre. It is to actually wipe out Israel off the face of the map. That is the intent of Iran, Hezbollah, and Hamas. That hasn't changed in decades. And this would have devastated and caused hundreds, if not thousands, of people killed in that country.
You know, Israeli officials have said that October 7th was an intelligence failure. But given the revelations in this new report, why do you think Hamas did not enact these plans? Do you think that ultimately Iran and Hezbollah just weren't willing to go along with it or couldn't finance it for some reason?
It's a great question. I think one of the things that especially Iran and Hezbollah was concerned is that when Hamas launched that particular attack and Israel launched against Gaza, that they knew that was contained. One of the last things that would have been the big reach for Iran is Hezbollah. If Hezbollah is completely wiped out, Iran basically has lost any influence it has against Israel in that area. So that was one of the things that we saw. Hezbollah did attack with some sporadic rockets continuously since October 7th, but nothing massive. And we thought that was actually going to happen. And that would have been the most dangerous thing against Israel. But again, if Hezbollah is destroyed, Iran has lost all of that extended proxy reach into Israel, and that would be most damaging. We see that actually happening now, but I believe that was one of the reasons why they held back and let Hamas operate and execute that operation themselves.
Okay. Retired Air Force Special Operations Commander Major Glenn Ignazio, always appreciate the analysis. Thank you so much.
Great to see you. Thank you, Natasha.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.